go to a good beginning. Tis a Tommytown hops out in front, but Songbird wants the lead, and Songbird flying through on the inside will take over. Gone to Barley's right there between them. Then back to Annie's Curls in the blue colours, keen to go on. Alongside of that comes Treasuring. On the outside of Treasuring, we have Exactamente and Sutton Smile Extreme outside. 6 lengths back to cover Song, last of all, chalking it up. Into the turn they go, and Songbird just breezing along in the front. Songbird leads it by 3 lengths. Gone to Barley's racing along in second. Scissor Tommytown. Behind that comes Annie's Curls. In behind Annie's Curls we have Sutton Song and Excamente. They have a quarter of a mile left to go, and Songbird still just going easy on the lead. Now Tis a Tommytown comes to take her on from second. Homeward bound now, and Songbird still just gets the rein shaken at her. Tis a Tommytown is chasing gamely, but we could be looking at a future star here. Songbird, magnificent looker, magnificent style, magnificent racehorse, absolutely cantered in. Songbird from Tis a Tommytown, third will be Treasuring, and fourth Annie's Curls. And away they go. Songbird hopped away fast on the far side, but so did My Dynamo, Mitzi Winks, the 3 outside horses very quick. Now Pretty and Cool in the red comes through to join the leaders, stays in Vegas right there, and Surfside Tierra. 5 or 6 of them tightly bunched out here. Then Come to Mischief, Land Over Sea. Now Mitzi Winks, who broke well, has dropped back third last. Right there is 8 lengths off the leaders, and One True Kiss is last. They head to the half mile, and the 2 favourites go on to dispute it. Songbird on the outside and Pretty and Cool down at the rail. They lead it by 2 lengths. In behind that, Surfside Tierra stays in Vegas. Land and Sea ridden along on the inside. Behind those 2 comes Mitzi Winks, who's 8 off the leaders, and then Come to Mischief dropping back. They are coming towards the quarter pole. Pretty and Cool down at the rail, and Songbird, the 2 favourites, still stride for stride at the top of the lane now. Heads a turn for home. Songbird on the outside. Pretty and Cool, the first one to get a tap on the shoulder. They are homeward bound now, and Mike Smith asks Songbird to respond. She does so willingly. Pretty and Cool's running a huge one on the inside, but Songbird's class is sticking out a mile. She's just exuding class. Songbird and Mike Smith could not have been more impressive in the Mar Debutante. They finished up romping in. Second, Pretty and Cool, then Land Over Sea.
Time. All set. And away they go. Songbird broke away smoothly in the red cap and is setting off straight for the lead. So Songbird going to make her own pace out here. Halo Darlin down at the rail. Yodel Song right there. VAR Luna between them. Land Over Sea on the outside. The horses are in tight here. A little bit of pushing going on in the second flight. Jade Princess on the far side going up to be second. In behind those we have She's a Milky Way, and right at the back here was right there. Took a few awkward steps into the turn. Looked like she might have been eased, but she is continuing but last. On to the backstretch they go, and Mike Smith has the favourite. Songbird beautiful and relaxed out here. Songbird just on a long rein takes them along by a length and 3/4. Jade Princess tracks from second. Land Over Sea in third. Halo Darling at the rail, 5 off the leader. Then comes Yodel Song. Behind that, VAR Luna gives them 10 length start. She's a Milky Way next, and last of all is right there. They head past the 3/8 pole now, and it's Songbird still well clear out here. Songbird has the lead by 4. Land Over Sea comes to try and make a race of it now, and Land Over Sea making a little headway on Songbird with a quarter of a mile to go. Then comes Jade Princess, the others of no consequence. They come to the top of the lane, and Songbird, Mike Smith hasn't moved on her yet. Land Over Sea, still gritty from second, is coming to make a race of it. Homeward bound Songbird now just gets the rein shaken at her, and Songbird goes on gamely. Very game run from Land Over Sea, but the fact there's Songbird, is just plain too classy. It is Songbird, the daughter of Adalio Doro, in another scintillating performance today. Songbird in a romp. Landover Sea a game second. Right there somehow came on to finish third. Vieja Luna was fourth.
Songbird going in. They're all in line. They are ready for the start. They're off in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, and Bold Quality stumbled coming out of the gate. A sharp start for Songbird, and she goes out to the front with Rachel's Valentina, and Forever Darling is away running in third to the inside. Nickname is fourth as they make their move into that turn. Bold Quality fifth and 3 wide after that early stumble. Then Landover Sea to the inside. Ma Can Do It, Tap to It to the inside right there, and Dothraki Queen will come from last, and she's 11 lengths off the lead in that first quarter mile. Was in 23 and 3/5 seconds for Songbird and Mike Smith. And Rachel's Valentina is a length and a half behind, running in second, so the two undefeated fillies are 1-2 onto the backstretch. And Forever Darling tracks them, running in third on the inside of Nickname. Bold Quality is in fifth as they continue their move up the backstretch. And then it's Landover Sea. Tap to It is about 6 lengths off the lead and down on the inside after a 47 flat half mile. And then it's right there, Dothraki Queen and Ma Can Do It. Last of them all is Songbird. Heads into the far turn in front. She's been there all the way so far, and she leads Rachel's Valentina by 2 lengths as they move for the turn. And then it's Nickname in third. On the outside, Bold Quality. Now Forever Darling's under a ride. Tap to It still about 6 lengths behind. The others have work to do. Dothraki Queen is riding the rail, but no place to go as Songbird moves right along. Songbird has gone 3 quarters in 1:11 and 2 and turns for home in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies in the clear. And then it's Rachel's Valentina, followed by Nickname on the outside. There's a furlong to run, and Songbird is going strong. Rachel's Valentina, Nickname and Dothraki Queen, no threat to an undefeated champion filly in Songbird. She did it with ease over Rachel's Valentina. And then came Dothraki Queen and Nickname.
And they're off in the Las Virgenes. Songbird is asked to go after the lead, and she takes it at once. Jade Princess came away in good order. She's a warrior at the rail. Street Fancy is just behind them. Then it's Mira Rosvo, and Landover Sea is the early trailer. Into the first turn, and it's the champ Songbird, setting her own pace in front by a length and a half. Jade Princess is in second. She's a warrior, and Mira Rosvo third and fourth. Landover Sea is just behind them, and that leaves Street Fancy at the back, 7 lengths off Songbird, who strolls along and opens up 3. Jade Princess is now clearly second. Mira Rosvo on the outside. Landover Sea in between them, and She's a Warrior at the rail in 5th. Street Fancy continues to trail with a half-mile left to go. Songbird doing what she does. She's just bounding along, uncontested, and widening with every stride. The lead now 3.5 or 4. Jade Princess, Mira Rosvo outside of her, now takes second. Street Fancy is called on, starting to rally a bit on the outside of Landover Sea, and She's a Warrior is inside of her. Coming to the quarter pole, and Songbird is now clear by 7 lengths. Mira Rosvo is in second. Jade Princess, Landover Sea, and Street Fancy widest of all at the top of the stretch, and it's all Songbird putting on a show for the Santa Anita fans, and this is a privilege to watch. Mike Smith has been aboard some brilliant distaffers, and this is one of them. They can't warm her up. She's all Songbird by herself to win by 8. Second to Landover Sea. She's a Warrior third, and Mira Rosvo fourth.
Racing. Songbird away sweetly with My Dynamo and Jade Princess pageant material. Then Not Now Carolyn, Landover Sea on the inside of Mocat, Mary Rosvo and Code Warrior the last couple. Songbird's the early leader, narrowly from Jade Princess, and Not Now Carolyn sweeping around them out wide. My Dynamo tucks in along the rail fourth. A couple of lengths to pageant material, followed by Landover Sea, Mocat 8 off the lead. Mary Rosvo next to last ahead of Code Warrior. Songbird dictates at the 3/4 pole, leads by a length from Not Now Carolyn Carolyn and Jade Princess with a length and 3/4. My Dynamo perched in fourth. A gap of 4 lengths. Landover Sea on the inside of Pageant Material. 4 lengths to Mocat. 2 more Merry Rosvo and Code Warrior last. 15 off the leader. Songbird to the half-mile pole by a length and a half. Jade Princess second. My Dynamo on the inside comes through third, overtaking Not Now Carolyn. 2.5 lengths to Landover Sea from Pageant Material, Mocat, Merry Rosvo and Code Warrior. Into the far turn and Songbird ambles away by 3.5 lengths. Jade Princess is second. My Dynamo third, but under heavy persuasion, followed by Landover Sea, who's making up a little ground. At the head of the others, Mocat creeping through fifth towards the inside, but Songbird is about 5 in front at the quarter pole. Songbird turning for home by 6 lengths and still being cuddled by Mike Smith. Jade Princess second, being joined on the outside by Landover Sea, but he hasn't breathed on the undefeated champion Fillies. Songbird past the 8th pole by a half dozen lengths. Landover Sea is second. She's giving game but fruitless pursuit. It's all Songbird. She's got them beaten to a frazzle. How'd you like to earn 60 grand as easily as this? Songbird wins by, well, whatever she felt like. Second home in the race, Landover Sea from Mocat and Jade Princess. Racing. Songbird out of gate 1, showing plenty of speed, and so is the newly blinkered Forever Darling. Between them, KK, and wider out is Bellamentary. Forever Darling having a little look for the lead. Songbird retaining it narrowly. Songbird on the inside has it by about a length now as they work out of the stretch past the 7/8 pole. She extends to a length and a quarter. Forever Darling relents and sits in second spot. In third position is Bellamentary. 2.5 lengths to KK. Mocat around the outside, and She's a Warrior last of all. Past the 6 furlong marker, and it's Songbird in her first race day experience of a sloppy track. On top by a length and a half over Forever Darling with a similar margin. Bellamentary crossing to the rail third. They're followed by Mocat, who spots the champion, the filly 5 lengths. A gap of 3.5 to KK, being joined on the outside by She's a Warrior. Along past the half mile in the Santa Anita Oaks, and it's Songbird making play. A little over 2 lengths from Forever Darling and 3 to Bellamentary. Mocat 5 lengths to She's a Warrior. KK is left floundering 6th and last. Songbird at the 3/8 pole enters the far turn by 4 lengths. In second spot is Forever Darling, then Bellamentary. Mocat running 4th, well clear of She's a Warrior. Songbird by 5 at the quarter pole. Songbird 5 lengths over Forever Darling, who's being worked upon by Pedrosa to very little avail, I would suggest. Then Bellamentary and Mocat at the head of the others from She's a Warrior, but towards the 8th pole comes Songbird, completely unfazed by the conditions. The lead is 5 or 6 lengths from Mocat, who's grinding home to make a race of it with Forever Darling for second, and then She's a Warrior. But Songbird is clear close to home. The result was a foregone conclusion, a long way from home. Songbird soaring to ever greater heights. She's now an Oaks winner. Mocat second, followed by She's a Warrior and Forever Darling. Racing. Sutton Smile was the last to vacate the premises. Songbird and Bellamentary win the start together. Moving clear of That's a Lady, KK, and Sutton Smile. Bellamentary leading Songbird. It's Bellamentary on the inside by 3/4 of a length. Songbird in second position with 7/8 left to go. 2.5 lengths to That's a Lady on the inside of KK, and Sutton Smile is last of all, crossing towards the rail. The field covered by 7 lengths, and Bellamentary is the leader with 3/4 of a mile to go. We're going to see a new dimension here as Songbird sits in second position. Smith just moving up now within about a half length of the front runner as they pass the 5/8 pole. A gap of 3 lengths to Sutton Smile, who's gone from 5th to 3rd, overtaking That's a Lady, and KK is left 5th and last. Bellamentary being joined by Songbird with a half mile left to go. Songbird ahead to Bellamentary and 3 lengths to Sutton Smile, 2.5 lengths to That's a Lady, and KK is last of the 5. Into the far turn in the Summertime Oaks, and Songbird takes the lead by 3/4 of a length. Bellamentary in second position. They're 3 lengths to the good of Sutton Smile. KK 3 wide, and That's a Lady splits them at the rear. Songbird draws 3 in front before the quarter pole from Bellamentary. KK running on fairly. Sutton Smile is next on the inside of That's a Lady, but here she comes for home at the 3/16 pole, hand-ridden naturally. Songbird by 6 lengths under a vice-like grip from Bellamentary and KK past the 8th pole, and once again Songbird has left them chasing shadows. This glamour filly Filly is treating her rivals with absolute contempt. It's another pitch-perfect performance by Songbird. Second, either Bellamentary or KK.
They're off in the Coaching Club American Oaks. And Songbird broke beautifully, and Julian Leparoux is sending Karina Mia after her early, as expected here. These two hook up in the initial stages of the Coaching Club American Oaks. And they're close to their competition, though. Racing in third position is Mo D'Amour, and she's only 2 lengths behind. Then long shot Floridora to the inside, and Weep No More trails the field, and she's 8 lengths off of Songbird, who will lead them on to the backstretch. The first quarter was quick. It was 23 4/5 seconds, and now her lead is a length. And then comes Karina Mia running in second by 3. Mo D'Amour settles into stride in third ahead of Floridora, and Weep No More trails the field as an undefeated champion moves up the backstretch at Saratoga. It is Songbird in front, and she's the leader by a length and a half over Karina Mia. Julian Leparoux keeping her just off of Songbird up the backstretch, and they complete a half mile in 47 2/5 seconds. And then comes Mo D'Amour running in third. She's still about 4 lengths off the lead with a half mile to go. Floridora and Weep No More, and they're rounding the far turn. And Songbird is taken on now. Karina Mia ratchets up the pressure, and the two of them hook up midway on the far turn at the Spa. Karina Mia nose to nose with the champion Songbird. Mike Smith and Songbird on the inside, now being put to a drive and put to the test for the first time. And on the outside, Karina Mia even with her. And they're coming into the final furlong. And what a Coaching Club American Oaks. Songbird has repelled Karina Mia. Songbird has opened up a 3-length lead. Karina Mia has been left behind. Songbird has whistled past the graveyard of champions, winning the Coaching Club American Oaks by 5 lengths over Karina Mia. And then it was Floridora and Mo D'Amour. Her final time was 1 minute 49.56 seconds. They're all in line, and we're ready for the start. They're off in the Alabama. Songbird had a very good start, and Go Maggie Go goes with her early on. These two out for the lead together, and Dark Nile is away running in third right behind them and tucking in about 2 lengths off the lead. And then it's Floridora to the outside, followed by Family Tree. Going for broke is next, and then late running Weep No More. So Go Maggie Go will give some early pressure to Songbird through that first quarter mile that is up in 23 3/5 seconds. These two will lead the way early on here. Go Maggie Go a half length in front. Mike Smith content to have Songbird right alongside of her, and now she's a neck behind as they make their way to the backstretch. And right behind them is a line of 3. Dark Nile on the inside, Family Tree between, Floridora to the outside of them, and it's a long way back to the others. Going for broken, Weep No More. The half was 47 3/5 seconds, and Songbird and Go Maggie Go are dead even in the Alabama as they head up the backstretch. Go Maggie Go ahead in front of the undefeated Songbird, who's right to her outside, and they're 3 lengths ahead of Family Tree as they continue toward the half-mile pole. Floridora has taken fourth on the outside. Dark Nile is under a ride. Up front, Songbird still going at it with Go Maggie Go. 3/4 win in 1:11 flat, so the pace picks up on the far turn. It is Songbird on the outside who has taken the lead now. And she starts to pull away, still well in control here. Mike Smith has not let her loose yet. She has put away Go Maggie Go. Family Tree is now moving on the outside, and they're into the stretch. And here she comes. Songbird's got a 4-length lead as they come into the final furlong. Mike Smith just shakes the reins at Songbird. Going for broke has made progress up into second inside of Family Tree, but they're 6 lengths behind Songbird at the 16th pole. It is Songbird, this magnificent filly, winning the Alabama. She is a perfect 10. Songbird with the greatest of ease today over Going for Broke, Family Tree, and Weep No More. Her final time was 2 minutes and 3 seconds flat.
In the gate. And they're off. And a perfect beginning for Songbird. She came bouncing right out of there. Queen Esther is out in the middle of the racetrack. Karina Mia moving up down inside as Catherine Sophia takes back. So Karina Mia will use that inside position, and she will win the run to the first turn. Mike Smith is content to yield that position, as she'll sit second now on the outside with Songbird. Just in behind those two is Disco Rose. Catherine Sophia has edged out into the clear. She's fourth on the outside. It's about 3 lengths off of Karina Mia as they head toward the backstretch. Another 3 back to Landover C, and Queen Esther trails after an opening quarter in 23 and 4. So Julian Leperoux is going to try to get it done on the front end with Karina Mia. Shadowed outside by the champ. Songbird sitting second. She's only 3/4 of a length behind. Disco Rose the long shot just in behind those two. And Catherine Sophia is going to follow the run of Songbird with a half mile to go. The opening half was 47 and 3. So Karina Mia, Songbird still 1-2 as they begin to make their way to the far turn. Disco Rose is still close up. Catherine Sophia well within striking range, and now Mike Smith makes his move. They head to the far turn with 3/8 to go, and now Songbird up to engage Karina Mia, and Catherine Sophia, she's in with a chance. She's only 2 lengths behind the two. So the big three right together with a 1/4 mile to go. Songbird still under a hand ride. Karina Mia beginning to be ridden along a bit, and Catherine Sophia now suddenly 3 lengths behind, but Songbird comes off the turn, and the champ has taken command. At the 8 pole, Songbird begins to stride away. Karina Mia second, Catherine Sophia laboring back in third. Here she is, folks. Just a magnificent blend of grace and power as she comes to the finish. Songbird, a picture of perfection.
The same overpowering was Songbird.
Yeah, I mean, you and I watching the race together, neither one of us was sure that she was going to do it around the turn because it felt like the one inside of her, Karina Mia, was going very well in here, and Catherine Sophia's looming behind her, but when the real racing was done, she's just way too good for these horses, and I'm about the only fool left in this country that keeps trying to beat her.
And Mig, off that, 11 for 11 is Songbird. She is just terrific.
Here we go as I'm a Chatterbox takes her spot in the starting gate, and here's Beholder in the final race of her career going against Songbird and Stellar Wind, and they're all in line. Roar comes up here at Santa Anita, ready for the start. They're off in the Breeders' Cup Distaff, and oh, Stellar Wind did not break at all. She had a very slow start as Mike Smith sends Songbird to the front. And Beholder is right there, and I'm a Chatterbox is going to put some pressure on now, too. And then it's Carolina Way running in 4th position. Landover C is next. Stellar Wind, who just did not come out of the gate well at all. It's about 6 lengths off the lead with the Argentinian Corona del Inca alongside of her. Forever Unbridled is last, and Songbird leads the way through a 23 and 1 opening 1/4 mile. A solid first fraction for her, but she's in the clear as they race onto the backstretch. I'm a Chatterbox is running along in 2nd position onto the backstretch run. And then comes Carolina. Beholder on the outside is 4th. She's now 4 lengths off of Songbird up the backstretch. It's another 2.5 to Stellar Wind. And Victor Espinoza has her 6 lengths off the lead right now. Then Landover C, Forever Unbridled, and Corona del Inca. So it's a 47 flat half for Songbird. Very easy for her as she continues her journey into the far turn with a length lead. I'm a Chatterbox continues to pursue in 2nd. Beholder has not moved yet. Gary Stevens has not asked her to go as of yet. Now he's starting to ask just a bit, and she's a 1.5 lengths off of Songbird, 3rd in the far turn. Songbird is taken on now, and here comes Beholder, and a confrontation of champions as they come toward the top of the stretch. I'm a Chatterbox trying to cling to them. Stellar Wind's got work to do. Songbird and Beholder, and they're into the stretch, and here we go. Songbird set down. Beholder is alongside. Forever Unbridled is 2.5 lengths behind them. Furlong to run. Songbird, Beholder, they are nose to nose. This race living up to its expected power as they come to the wire. They're nose apart. It's Beholder. I think she got her head down on the wire. Songbird dug in gamely all the way. The two of them right together. And then came Forever Unbridled. They're off in the Ogden Phipps. Songbird could not have had a better start. She comes out of the gate very strongly here and goes immediately to the lead. Karina Mia is away running in 2nd. Paid up subscriber is 3rd, then Highway Star, Bar of Gold, and Verb's Tail. They're all tightly packed, and right behind Songbird, Factory of Faith is last. So Mike Smith doesn't fool around here. Songbird takes her spot on the lead in the Phipps as they head up the backstretch, and this 2-time champion leads them by a length. Karina Mia on the outside, 2nd the first 1/4 mile, 23.99 seconds. Paid Up Subscriber is right alongside of Karina Mia, just behind Songbird. And then Bar of Gold on the outside of Highway Star. Verb's Tail is 5 lengths off the champion. And Factory of Faith trails the field. So they make their way for the far turn with Songbird making every fraction here. Ran a half mile in 47.27 seconds. A not testing pace at all. The lead is a half a length with a half mile to run. Paid Up Subscriber on the inside second. Tries to go with Songbird now. She'll be sent along and challenge Songbird on the far turn in their stride for stride. Songbird on the outside, tested by Paid Up Subscriber, who pokes her neck in front. Karina Mia is right there running in third, and Highway Star is behind them in fourth as they come to the top of the stretch. Songbird on the outside now recaptures the lead from Paid Up Subscriber as they straighten out. Highway Star trying to make a race of it. Karina Mia's fourth on the far outside. Mike Smith just shakes the reins here with a furlong to run. She's got Songbird in front by a half a length. Paid Up Subscriber trying to stick with her late, but she is back. This fantastic filly wins the Phipps. Songbird over Paid Up Subscriber, Highway Star, and Karina Mia.
You're watching Belmont Park Live on MSG Plus and the Fox family of regional networks. Songbird looking for the 9th Grade 1 win of her career. John Curran with the call from Delaware Park.
And they're off. In the Delaware Handicap, it's a good start for them all. As expected, Songbird on the outside will vie for that lead. Let's see who wants to go. Toward the inside, Miss Mo Kelly. Martini Glass is there. Then comes Line of Best Fit. And at the back of the pack now is Weep No More as they come by the home stretch the first time. And Mike Smith is not going to do very much on Songbird early on because the pace is sensible. Songbird opening quarter goes in 24-1. Leads him into that first turn. Songbird by 2 lengths. Line of Best Fit toward the outside of Martini Glass. Heads apart in second and third. Miss Mo Kelly saving ground toward the inside, and Weep No More is your trail. Only about 5 lengths separates the field as they make their way around the clubhouse turn. And Songbird and Mike Smith still sitting chilly. Leads it by 3. Martini Glass racing second. It's a length and a half further back. The Line of Best Fit. They quickly spread out a bit, followed by Miss Mo Kelly and Weep No More, the trailer, as they make their way down the Delaware backstretch. Half in a sensible 48-1. And still on cruise control is Songbird. She leads it by 2.5 lengths over Martini Glass. A length and a half further back, the Line of Best Fit. Then comes Miss Mo Kelly, and Weep No More continues the trail about 7 lengths off the lead, being set by Songbird as they approach the half-mile marker. They went to 6 furlongs in 12-3, and Songbird is still cruising along by length and a half. Martini Glass is trying to stay close. Line of Best Fit is still right there in third. Then comes Miss Mo Kelly and far back to Weep No More. They've got just over 3/8 to go. It's still Songbird in front. Martini Glass is trying to put some pressure on her now, edging a bit closer. Then a gap of 2 lengths to Line of Best Fit. 5 more lengths further back to Miss Mo Kelly. Songbird has some company. Martini Glass is making a run as they turn for home. They went the mile in 1:37-2. Songbird on the inside. Now Mike Smith asking for a bit more. On the outside, Martini Glass is still making a race of it, as is Line of Best Fit. It's Songbird digging in. Martini Glass is trying for the huge upset. Songbird is digging down. She's got Martini Glass, it appears. Rick Porter, you can go to the winner's circle. Songbird's going to win the Delaware Handicap. Martini Glass a game second. Line of Best Fit third. Far back to Miss Mo Kelly in fourth.
They're off in the personal ensign, and Songbird broke like a rocket. Mike Smith and Songbird immediately to the early lead, and going for broke is right to her neck as they move for that first turn. Asking for Money will settle into stride. Third early on, Forever Unbridled takes her spot at the back of the pack. So it is Songbird, and she's in the clear here. She's going to have a 2-length lead through this first quarter mile. Going for broke, and Arad Ortiz Jr. sitting just off of her after a 24.14 reasonable opening quarter mile. Asking for Money's 4.5 lengths behind, and Forever Unbridled is 7 lengths behind Songbird, who heads up the backstretch with a 2.5 length lead. So the champion filly heading out there 3 lengths ahead here of Going for Broke. The first half mile, 47.91 seconds. An easy gallop for Songbird. Asking for Money moves up on the inside of Going for Broke now, and Forever Unbridled still on hold at the back with a half mile to go. Songbird heads into the far turn here in the personal ensign with a 2.5 length lead. Going for broke, continues to race in second. Asking for Money clings to her. And Forever Unbridled is still last. She has not been let loose yet, and she is going strongly. She's coming 3 wide here. So 3/4 is up in 112.29. And they're coming to the top of the stretch. And Mike Smith and Songbird turn for home in front. Forever Unbridled is coming down the center of the racetrack. On the inside, Asking for Money, running a big one, too. Songbird with a 60th to go. Forever Unbridled runs at her. Songbird inside. Forever Unbridled on the outside. A dramatic finish. Forever Unbridled has defeated Songbird in the personal ensign. Asking for Money was third. Going for broke was fourth. And a final time of 1:49.16. Forever Unbridled did it.